Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video, we're going to be going through my dividend portfolio, looking at what happened in the month of July 2022, looking at all the buys and sells I did make. I actually did sell a stock this month, so I'll be excited to share that with you guys, and also looking at all the dividend income we did receive. So just looking at where we were last month, the portfolio value at the end of last month was around $2,500, and the annual projected dividend income is $72.96, which gives us a dividend yield of 2.88%. This is definitely something that I wouldn't mind bringing down a little bit in favor of safety and growth of the dividend as well. And talking about growth, the average dividend growth over the past 5 years for companies in my portfolio is around 8%, which I am pretty happy with. We can also look at kind of equity by sector right here. So the biggest sector, I believe, at this point is actually industrials, which I didn't realize that. And then healthcare, technology, and financials are close behind that. So those are all good sectors, I think, and all good places to be putting my money. And I'm not really all that worried about the sector allocation at this point, I would say. So now we are just looking at my Fidelity account. This is the transactions from July 1st to July 29th, which was the last trading day of the month. So we're just going to download all these transactions to our computer, and then what we can do is we can actually upload those, import them to our Google spreadsheet, which I've shown how to do in the past. So we're just going to import here. And then once we import that, we'll actually be able to run some scripts I created within Google Sheets that will allow me to see all of the transactions that I've made, and it will import all of that without me really having to do much work. So we're going to import that data, and it's imported here. And then we're just going to go to scripts and parse the Fidelity transactions, since this account is with Fidelity. So that's going to take a few minutes to run, and then we'll come back and see the results. So the script just finished running, and it actually finished a lot quicker than I was expecting. But this month, as it shows, we deposited $110. So we made our normally $60 deposit, and then we actually deposited an extra $50 just to have some more capital to deploy. And we made buys of about $113.66. We actually sold one stock, which was about $9.91, not too much there. And then dividends received was about $3.37, which is super exciting. So if we look here at the dividend payments specifically, we can see we were paid by these 4 companies. So we got about 43 cents from Travelers for the almost half a share that I do own. Got about 65 cents from Coca-Cola for the 1.5 shares that I own. Got $1.85 from Leggett & Platt for the 4.2 shares that I own. This has really been paying off, since I definitely was buying Leggett & Platt fairly heavily through the first half of the year. And now the company has started to recover some, which is super exciting. And then finally got 84 cents from Cisco for the 2.2 shares that I do own. And we actually got a cash dividend as well, which is just kind of like the interest from our money market account, which was just 3 cents this month. So that's better than nothing, you know? And if we look at the transactions as well, we can see starting out in July, we bought some Caterpillar, about $10 worth, JP Morgan about $10 worth, and then we bought some more Caterpillar and JP Morgan later on, about $20 more of Caterpillar, and then about $40 more of JP Morgan. And then we bought about $20 worth of 3M, just a small nibble of $5 of J&J, just a company that I want to own, that I think is not really at the best price right now, but I want to continue buying more of it. And $170 per share is not the worst. It was on a just slight pullback. You know, it's been in 175, 180, 185 levels. So I saw 170, thought that was pretty decent. And then also bought $10 of AT&T. They dropped a bunch on earnings there, so I thought that was a good opportunity as well. And like I said, we can see these 2 cash deposits of $60 and $50. And looking at the dividends, we can see, like I said, we got $3.37 in the month of July. And that's about 41 cents higher than what we received in April, which is the last time these companies paid me. And if we look back to July of 2021, it looks like we were paid $1.84, which is really exciting, because that is close to double the dividends received from July 2021 to July 2022. So if we could keep that trend going, then our dividend income is really going to grow pretty quickly over the next few years, which is really exciting to see. Obviously, just the first month of this quarter so far, so not too much to see. And on the year so far, we have received $32.05 in dividends, which is really exciting and means we are almost at higher than 2021 dividends received. And if we look at this grand total, this is exciting too. We've received $91 in dividends through the course of this portfolio, which means we are pretty close to receiving $100 total, which is not really that much in the grand scheme of things, but it is certainly better than nothing. If we go back here as well to look at the main summary page, we can see kind of the updates that were made. First of all, the portfolio value is now around $2,656, which is awesome. The annual dividend income is now at $77.27, which is up about $5 from where we were before we made this update. That is exciting as well. Getting fairly close to that $100 per year mark, which is awesome to see. Monthly dividend income up to $6.44, which does not seem like that much, but I remember just a year or two ago, the monthly dividend income was at $2 or $3. So it's really grown pretty quickly, which is really exciting to see. And also, if we look at this transactions tab, we can go back up to the top here and we see this sell, which was Carnival Cruise Line. So this is a company that I've owned for a long time, and I bought it sometime back in 2020 actually. And I thought, oh, it's undervalued right now. It's just depressed because of COVID, and I didn't think the whole pandemic thing was going to last as long as it did. And then now with inflation and issues with hiring and stuff like that, they're just continuing to struggle, and they're continuing to issue shares to help support them. So that is a struggle for sure for Carnival, and we can see that I actually lost about $4.51 on this investment, but I just thought the capital was better deployed somewhere else, and because of those items that I mentioned, I don't really see them recovering super quickly anytime soon. So maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I will regret it, but this was my only company at this point that didn't pay a dividend, so it just kind of made sense to sell it. My end goal was to sell it eventually for some sort of profit, so that's sort of why I did that. And we can go ahead and delete this row in the spreadsheet now that I don't own any of Carnival Cruise Lines. And the other thing I want to show you guys are these graphs that I've compiled over the past few months. So this first one right here is just the portfolio value over time, which is super exciting to me to see. At the beginning of February, just less than 6 months ago, the portfolio was only around $2,000, and now it's up at above $2,500, and it's above 2,600 now, which is really exciting. Obviously, for most people, that's really not that much growth, but for me, that's pretty exciting, especially since, the market has generally been down this year. And so to see the portfolio continue to grow is super encouraging. Obviously, I have been contributing money every month, but, it's just encouraging to see that growth. And sometimes when we just get caught up in the day-to-day, we don't get time to look back and reflect on how far we've really come. And doing this has really allowed me to look back and see the progress I've made. Similarly with dividend income, back in February, we were around $50 in projected dividend income, and now we're up above $75 in projected dividend income per year, which is really exciting to see. We can also look at this yield one. Hasn't really changed all that much. Same thing with the dividend CAGR. It has dropped a little bit. I'm hoping to bring it back up a little bit as well, but those aren't quite as interesting for me. But I just wanted to share those graphs with you, as they are a good way for me to kind of go back, like I said, and see how far I've come in just a short period of time. And I'm sure, in a few years, these graphs will really show a cool story of, how far I've come over that time span. So I would love to hear how your guys' portfolios have been doing in the month of July, how much you received in dividend income, and what your kind of thoughts are on the market moving forward. I definitely think there's a chance we could just kind of stick around what we're doing, kind of trade sideways a little bit. I also think there's a pretty good chance that we could see some more red in the stock market, go down maybe 5, 10, 15% more for sure. I don't think that's out of the question at this point, but let me know what you guys think. I love hearing from you in the comments down below. Just want to thank everyone for sticking around to the end of the video. It really means a lot and helps me out, and I will see you all in the next one.